You're still in the loop. You're still texting. You're still flirting, but they never make any plans with you. They never commit, and you feel like you're just waiting. Well, that's not just confusion. Welcome, babes. You're being benched, and that's called benching. And you're not the starter, you're the backup, and you don't belong on the fucking sidelines. So let's talk about what is benching, why do people do it, why it keeps you hooked, and how to stop playing the role that they've written you into. We have all been there. And guys, just some housekeeping. If you want more, I have a podcast called The Sabrina Zohar Show right here on YouTube. Feel free, check it out, or join one of our courses if you need more support in all of this stuff, dating and relationships. Okay. Let's talk about benching. Benching, what it actually is when someone keeps you emotionally engaged just enough to keep you around without fully choosing you. So you're not ghosted. And it's kind of like, essentially, they are breadcrumbing you, right? So like we're building on, right? If you saw the short that was from a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, whenever the fuck this comes out, about breadcrumbing. And so it's kind of similar. You're not being ghosted, but you're not really like moving forward. And it's kind of the in-between, the limbo space where they like having you there, but they're not really ready to go all in. And what is it actually? It's emotionally stringing you along. It keeps you waiting instead of actually living your life. And it keeps you always wondering, when are they going to come? When is it going to happen? We've all been there. We all know what this feels like when you're like, oh, I'm not a priority. I'm not the choice. And I think for a lot of people, if you're dating somebody and you feel like you're being benched, well, then this is where we have to stop and say, like, well, what am I allowing? What is coming up here? Is this something that's feeling consistent, reciprocal, or is this now starting to feel like it's an imbalance? And so let's talk about why people do it. What is the actual psychology and the nervous system behind? Because, a lot of you guys might look at this, be like, they wanted to, they would. And it's like, let's stop with the bullshit and the fucking sweeping generalizations, and let's actually understand humans as they are and not according to bumper sticker slogans. So why a lot of people do it is, for the most part, they're unsure of what they want, but they don't want to lose you. So for some people, they like the validation, they like the support, they like the emotional safety without the responsibility. And this is where I have to say, if you're being benched, do you see why it's an issue if you take accountability and ownership as to why this is happening? I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. They don't like me enough. It's like, no, baby, that's why you're being benched, just because you're allowing that because that's how you see yourself. They're benching for their own fucking reasons. More often than not, they're not ready. Because when somebody's ready, when someone's secure, when someone is here, ready, present, willing, they're not going to fucking bench you. They're going to be honest with you about it. For avoidance, they are overwhelmed by closeness, but comforted by access. So it feels a little safer for them because they're like, oh, they're there, right? It's kind of like putting you on the shelf. And I'll take you off the shelf when I want to play, and I put you back on the shelf when I don't. And so they're benching you. They're keeping you as an option, not the choice. And for people with an insecure attachment, benching can feel safer than actually choosing someone and risking failure. And again, that's what I mean by, like, it doesn't always have to be at malice. It's not like they're sitting there being like, I got hoes in different area codes. They're not like slutting it up around town and being like, oh, putting her on my roster. And it's like, maybe, right? Like the Harry Jowsies of the world. No shade, but I'm throwing shade. Right? For the people that are like, the ones that are clearly not intentional, sure, they're going to bench you because it makes them feel. But then that's why we have to say, like, stop dating the playboys. Stop dating the fucking OnlyFans models. Stop dating people that are there because of their goddamn looks. Just saying. Even if they're not that attractive, but still, stop dating people who are very clearly not ready. And for you, like, what's the neuroscience? It triggers the dopamine craving loop. You keep hoping this time they're gonna follow through. And then what happens? Your nervous system gets stuck in anticipation mode. It's not in connection. It's not. Because when your nervous system gets stuck on, I'm only safe if I have them, that's a childhood reaction and response. If you grew up in a household that it was inconsistent, unpredictable, are they gonna come? Are they not? Are they gonna choose me? Are they not? Then this might feel really safe. It might feel safe to say, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait. Oh, I don't wanna say anything. I'm fucking terrified of saying anything. If I say anything, that might push them away. They're not gonna like me. So I'm just going to be. So you're just waiting to be picked. You're waiting to be chosen. You're waiting to be taken off the shelf. And then we wonder why they're benching. It's because you're not demanding more for yourself. And benching is the relationship equivalent of a maybe later, but it never turns into a fucking yes. These are the very, like, I live in LA. These are the very, I'll let you know. We'll see. Maybe. And you're like, I'm never going to see this person. So here are some examples of what this looks like. I've got a lot going on right now, but they will still text you all the fucking time. And it's like, huh? You have a lot going on, but yet, and that is also why I will say texting isn't an indication of fucking jack shit. Texting does not mean that this person likes you. A change in behavior, very different story. You guys were texting every single day and now 3 days have gone by and you haven't heard from them. That's a different story. That is a change in behavior. That is not just they are not a big texter. And maybe they might flirt, check in, maybe they even fucking sleep with you, but they keep saying they're not ready. They keep kicking the can because you are giving them access without the responsibility. They can come, do what they need, have their access to you, and then go, see ya. They'll cancel or reschedule often, then breadcrumb with just enough effort. So that's why I'm saying that intermittent reinforcement, it's the same as a slot machine. Every time you put the money in, you're like, maybe this is the time I'm gonna hit the jackpot. You more often than not don't, the house usually always wins. And so they're giving you just enough because you keep thinking maybe, they keep canceling plans, but then the one time they come through. I've had that. I have dated those types of guys before where like every time that was another video I was sharing, but like this one guy that took us months to meet is because every time we'd get close, he would cancel. And at that point, sunk cost fallacy came in where I was like, I've spent this much time. I'm not just gonna walk away now. They might introduce you to their friends and family, but then they don't respond to your goddamn messages for like 3 to 5 days. Again, they're not intentional. Maybe that freaked them out and they removed themselves because they're like, whoa, that was a lot. I don't give a fuck. And you feel like you're constantly almost there. You're almost dating. You're almost exclusive. You're almost being seen, but you're not. Your needs very clearly aren't being met, but you are just trying to you're romanticizing the bare fucking minimum. And if it's always an almost, then it's already a fucking no. You're not their future. You're their goddamn backup plan, their fallback, or frankly speaking, their entertainment. And what it does to you, like, let's be honest, how does this psychologically impact you when somebody is benching you? You'll overfunction to earn their fucking attention because you're like, maybe if I just step back, they'll step in, right? You start to self-edit and you're like, oh, maybe, and that's why I fucking hate the golden retriever black cat bullshit because you'll start doing that. I need to be a black cat. I need to be cool. I need to remove myself. If I change this, you're shape-shifting. You're self-editing yourself to hopefully be chosen by somebody. Or maybe the pendulum will swing. Well, if I don't text them, they don't fucking answer. Oh, right. Because that's somebody that's super into you. And what is it going to do? It's going to reinforce the belief that you need to be fucking chosen instead of choosing. Chosen. It reinforces that belief that you need to be chosen instead of doing the choosing. And the reality is, you don't fucking need to. Your nervous system is then again stuck in that low threat state, that low level threat state of just like, I'm always anticipating. Can I talk today? I'm always anticipating. It's been a long day, guys. I'm always anticipating rejection. I'm craving the reassurance, but you don't fucking feel safe, which is why you're going to hyperfixate on them. Because we typically speaking only obsess over people that don't make us feel safe. You don't feel seen, you feel scanned for convenience because that's why you're there. You're there when it works for them, but you're not actually there for you. Let's talk about how the fuck you get out of this, shall we? And guys, if you need more, go listen to the podcast, The Sabrina Zohar Show, wherever you listen, or join the foundation course. It's going to save you guys so much of your fucking time. I promise you. It gives you the clarity, the tools, the stuff, the journal prompts, the meditations, and free group coaching every single month with Sheila, who's our parts work coach, to help you get to the bottom of shit. Okay, so how can you talk to them? Hey, I've noticed that we're in this gray area and I'm not interested in staying there. If you're unsure, I respect that, but I'm not available for in between. Take up fucking space. And if your next response is, I'm scared if I say that, what? What are you scared of? Are you scared of being alone? Right, because you're not already. I want you to, again, we talk about a nervous system reset all the time. Ask yourself, is this pattern feeding connection or is it keeping me in anxiety? And then we need to start to practice disengaging with that explanation. You don't have to explain as to why you're not answering them when they're not giving you any clarity, especially after you have a conversation. Let your silence show that you're fucking moved your investment. Remember, I'm not a fucking placeholder for someone else's indecision. Let that be your goddamn mantra. Let that be your reminder that you are here to choose yourself, not to be chosen by other fucking people. Sorry. But to me, benching is just emotional cowardice. It looks like charm, but if somebody really values you, they're going to choose clarity. And if they can't, that's your fucking clarity. If you guys have been benched, please know. And I get it. It fucking sucks. And deep down, you know you're still hoping that they're going to fucking pick you. You know you're hoping that they're going to choose you. And this is exactly the type of pattern we talk about in the foundation course. It's not about getting them to choose you. It's about building the self-worth to walk the fuck away when they won't. So that you take yourself off the shelf and you give yourself the love that you are desperately craving this fucking stranger from. If they're benching you, then they can go kick rocks without shoes while you move the fuck on. I'm proud of you. You got this. If you guys need more, and again, I'll be honest. If you're worried that someone's benching you, they probably already are. I'm just going to say it. If you have facts to back it up where you're like, they're not consistent, they don't show up, then they probably are benching you. Stop accepting bare minimum. Stop romanticizing the bare fucking minimum. It's not going to get you anywhere. You deserve more, but I need you to believe that. So if you guys want more, listen to the podcast. It'll help you guys get to that belief point. Join the foundation course, or honestly, just listen here on YouTube. It means the fucking world, and I'm grateful for you guys being here. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, rate, review, all that shit. And thank you guys for sitting with me for another 101 on what is benching. I'll see you guys soon.